Hey everyone, it's D for Disgruntled, and I am here to tell you about my latest released horror concept soundtrack album, The Brotherin. So after I'm done with my little shameless promotion segment here, I'm going to delve into how it came about. My album is available if you want to listen to it on Bandcamp. It's dfordisgruntled.bandcamp.com, or you can go to my website, which is musicbyd4d.com, and you can listen to it there as well. If you want to buy it, you can purchase it at both places. So The Brotherin is a 80s styled soundtrack, infusing synthwave, John Carpenter-esque stuff, Tangerine Dream-esque stuff, all kind of just infused together. I pulled instruments, or I should say synths, and sound effects and ambient sounds that were, and stingers, that were commonly used, I think among Tangerine Dream and John Carpenter, but it also kind of, they appeared, in other low-budget films. So, there's like organs, pads, glittery stingers, things with breathy, chorusy type stuff, risers and descenders, weird little bebop, beep boop 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 boop, kind of weird things, to help with stingers, all kinds of weird little stuff. Everything that I chose to use, you would hear it pretty predominantly in a lot of the scores, but like I said, specifically more like with John Carpenter, Tangerine Dream. So what's the story about? Well, basically it's about Big Pharma, or a big pharma company, who uses science and medicine to resurrect a long extinct race of werewolves. The drug that's being tested actually reignites a gene within, a dormant gene. They thought it was extinct, but it was just dormant all that time, and the drug helps reactivate it. And so it does start to have, there are people that have bad reactions, and there are people that do actually become werewolves. I tried to keep a balance throughout of, are they really werewolves, or are they really just addicts thinking that they're werewolves? Sort of like how in The Omen, the original Omen, people that were first-time parents at an older age and freaking out that they're thinking their kid was going to try and kill them, or was their kid really trying to kill them? We wouldn't know until pretty much the end of the movie. So I kind of try to take that approach with the story too. Is Big Pharma really behind all this, or is it just a whole bunch of drug addicts going paranoid? So this project originally came about back in October of 2021. It started off as a 3-track submission from the filmmakers that produced In Search of Darkness 1 and 2. In October, they were having an open call because they were in the process of production of In Search of Darkness 3, or they were finishing production. I wasn't really clear on that. I guess they didn't have their original composer available for the third one, so they were doing an open call for various, for everyone who was interested in submitting a couple of tracks that were sort of inspired by Stranger Things or other 80s style stuff. So I went and listened to the music from the first 2 movies. I also watched the first 2 movies, so I get an idea of how the music would be used in it and the style of music that they were choosing. From there, I created 3 tracks and submitted them while waiting to hear back. If the tracks were accepted, I decided to expand on all those musical ideas in those 3 tracks into a full-on album. I figured this should really be my next horror concept soundtrack album. Spent November writing the story, and then in December expanding on the ideas that I had completed in the first 3 tracks in October. Spent January mixing all the tracks. Unfortunately, I got sick with pneumonia, so I was doing all this stuff as my health was declining. And then I had to stop because the pneumonia took its toll on me. I'm fine now, fully recovered. It was not COVID, by the way. I quickly did some final touches, created the album work that you see here, then spent time uploading it to Bandcamp and my personal website, as well as updating the now growing multitude of social platforms to try and promote myself. But anywho, this is where we're at now, and that's pretty much the gist behind the project. But in the meantime, check it out, see what you think, and comment below. Toodles!